From the 1980s to the early 2000s, Michael Jordan created moments that became legend.
Great defensive effort by Jordan, who has it on the break, driving all the way in. Oh, got an unbelievable move. He put it in and it counts. Can you believe that?
Today, those moments live on through the stories told by teammates, rivals, coaches, and even Jordan himself.
All that stuff that you're saying doesn't affect what I'm doing on the basketball court. The only way you can affect what I'm doing is to put on some shorts and come out here, right?
I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me.
If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, we all wouldn't have commercials. People act like athletes always did commercials. No. Number one, none of us had a shoe deal until Michael.
The stories are endless, so I put them in order. Welcome to the timeline. Michael Jordan's rise began at North Carolina in 1981, but he wasn't the only future legend in the ACC. At Virginia, dominant center Ralph Sampson was building his own legacy, and he got to see Michael Jordan firsthand.
MJ stories or battles against him at a younger age at the college level?
I mean, we played college against each other, obviously. We won some games, they won some games, but there was one game, we down in North Carolina. You know, he's in his mode, I'm in my mode. We dunking worthy, I'm throwing lobs and bring the ball to court. We up. And I look up, and we down there, we playing defense. Michael's now in his Michael mode and defensive mode. They need a steal, they need something to change the game. He steals the ball from my point guard and goes down and dunks and does one of them, or whatever, and then they end up winning the game. So he was in that mode, but, you know, only one that ever stopped Michael from scoring, Dean Smith.
That's it.
In just the third game of Michael's second NBA season, he would suffer a foot injury that would test his competitiveness like nothing before.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. You know, he's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game, but you fought through.
Third game of the season, started my career.
Okay.
I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. You know, this is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play, I want to win. I want to make an impact. And I twisted my ankle, I taped it up, and I went back out and I played. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform.
Bounce dribble now to Jordan. Michael in from the left side, jammed it right over Rollins. Michael Jordan with 20.
As the years passed and Michael grew more comfortable in the league, stories of his confidence and at times his edge began to surface. Olden Polynice was one of the first to experience that intensity.
Now, who else was a good trash talker? Jordan, I hear?
Jordan didn't really talk. Jordan said mean stuff. You know, he said stuff that you're like, damn, man, that ain't right, dude. Come on. You know, he did stuff like that.
Can you give an example?
Man, he didn't do too much with us, but I know a lot of stuff he's done. I know the only thing he did to me, outside of trash talking, when I first played against him, because I knew him in college.
Okay, yeah.
And so, first game, he shakes my hand, welcome to the league kind of thing, and I go set a pick on him, he punches me in the testicles.
In the testicles?
Yes, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought we were friends. You know, stuff like that, but he'll say mean stuff to you, you know, it's like, just like, you don't belong here. You know, he said stuff like that to me, but it was off the court when we're hanging out.
Oh, really?
He's really like that. Like, you know,
Did you see it as him trying to get an edge? Because that's the legend is when he got you on the court.
When we were playing cards or whatever, he's always trying to get an advantage. I still remember, you know, his famous line to LeBradford Smith after he had that great game. You know, Michael talked about, why should I respond to a guy wearing my shoes?
Yeah.
By the late 80s, Michael Jordan had entered his prime, and whether it was NBA arenas or UNC pickup runs, his competitive fire burned the exact same.
Mike would always come back and he would pick only walk-ons. Like, you'd be like, who is this cat? You know what I'm saying? And that's who got to play with Mike. So Mike came back, he picked all walk-ons and JV players.
Y'all just sitting there losing.
And we losing every game. We beat Mike one game, and King Bryce was talking. King was.
He always talks shit.
He was talking to Mike. Mike said, all right, the next 7 games, we didn't get close to beating.
In 1992, fresh off of his second title, Michael Jordan delivered a statement performance in a Dream Team scrimmage, one that cemented him as basketball's new standard.
We played the French national team, I think it was, and didn't really play well. So Chuck Daly's like, I need one more practice before we go to Barcelona. Closed door, no one in the gym. Chuck Daly split up the teams. Michael had a squad, Magic had a squad, and they were just talking trash. And I remember, Michael was just going at Magic, and Magic was not giving up. Magic's, one of the greatest players of all time, and still was not going to just hand it over. Larry had a bad back, and I remember, scrimmage, and then everyone's talking, and you look over at Larry just laughing, going, it's over, man. It's over. Like, leave that guy alone, man. We had our time in the sun. It was cool to see not only Michael take it, but Magic fight for it, and then go,
couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, you got it.
In 1993, Michael Jordan chased a 3rd straight title, and standing in his way was fellow Dream Team star and reigning MVP Charles Barkley. At the time, Barkley believed he was the best player on the planet, but even he was about to be humbled.
Was there anybody you didn't think you were better than?
I did not think Michael Jordan was better than me until he beat me in the finals. When I was in Philly, we actually had success against them. They beat us in the playoffs one year, but I thought it was just because he had some better players around him. Chuck Daly had told me, he says, you're the 2nd best player in the world. I says, I'm the best player in the world. He says, no, that guy right over there is the best player in the world. I said, well, I'm going to prove it to your ass this year when we play them in the finals. And I remember going home after game 2. My daughter was upset, crying, because we lost the first 2 games. I says, hey, just relax. We're going to be fine. I said, but I got to tell you something. I ain't never said this in my life. I think that guy might be better at basketball than I am. Then we win game 3, lose game 4, win game 5, come back home for game 6. And my daughter, I says, I told you, I think I'm the best player in the world, and I'm going to prove it. And then they beat us. I remember telling her, I says, I ain't never said this to you before, that guy's better at basketball than me. Because it's a team game. But once I got Dan Marlin, Kevin Johnson, I says, we can beat anybody. But yeah, I thought Michael Jordan was a better player than me. That's the only player I ever played against I thought was better than me.
After completing the three-peat, Michael Jordan stepped away to pursue a career in baseball. But when he returned to the court, New York Knicks rival John Starks was among the first to see that nothing had changed.
It's funny because when I was watching, when he came back in 95?
Yep.
The end of 95. I can remember watching the game before when they was playing against the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta. And he hit the game-winning shot. I'm watching the game. I'm like, then he goes down and like, next game is against us. I'm like, because he was struggling up to that point, right? He woke up. I was like, he come to the Garden. You know how people are when they come to the Garden.
Of course.
Everybody had to put on their best show.
There was still a little part of you that thought like when he wasn't gonna play baseball, like, all right, maybe he's not like the great Mike yet. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that guy's gone. But that game was you already saw it.
I already saw it.
He'd have been a part of it. He's like, this looks very familiar.
He played in Scottie Pippen's charity game.
Yep.
And this is the first time I got a chance to play with him.
Mm-hmm.
So Scottie had put me and him on the same team.
Yep.
And Scottie had kind of like stacked his team a little bit. I remember Mike coming out of the locker room, he looking at the team. He said, "Just pass me the ball." He's been playing baseball,
right,
bro.
Right.
He's been playing baseball the whole time. Man, he came out there and scored Scottie. Him and Scottie was just on the island. Oh man, he scored Scottie. I think he had like 50-some points.
Sheesh.
And he walked up to Scottie and told him, "Don't you ever stack the team against me again."
Yeah.
And walked out the court. Oh man,
damn.
My roommate Kenny Harris, he's from Petersburg, Virginia. He broke all the Virginia scoring records, but he was a guard. So Dean wanted his guards, probably like Roy, to run the team. You can't come in there if you're a guard and you shoot more than everybody else.
Yeah.
So man, this cat transfers to VCU. I'm gonna tell you how Mike is. He transferred to VCU, right? He's good enough to get to somebody's camp. So he gets invited to the Bulls training camp. So Mike sees him. Okay, hold on. Story before that. The second year Mike comes back, that was when the Jordans came out.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the ones or the twos, the red, black, and white ones.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he buys a pair. My roommate buys a pair.
Yep.
Mike tell him to go take them off. We were about to play pickup, and he comes out there with the Jordans on. He hyped because, you know, he had the Jordans. Nobody else had a pair.
Yep.
Mike said, go take them off. He said, you're not playing unless you take my shoes off. Because he didn't get enough minutes. Damn.
Oh, that is sick.
Yo, and I'm talking like the game stopped. He could not get in the game until he went and took those shoes off. 4 years later, he's at the Bulls training camp. This was training camp, 4 hours, 5 weeks, 2 days. So
that sounds crazy.
Yeah, so he telling me the story. He said, man, Mike would keep us at training camp. And then when everybody else got to go home, he said, young fella, you staying after. We're going to play one-on-one. He said Mike made him play one-on-one every day. The last cut, Mike told him, if you'd have stayed at Carolina, you'd be on the team.
He was coming off a bus, and I had hurt my ankle 2 games prior or something. He gets off the bus, and he says, B, what's up? I said, what's up, MJ? He said, I heard you ain't playing tonight. I said, nah. He said, what's wrong? I said, my ankle. He said, damn, who gonna guard me? I said, Anthony Peeler. He said, that rookie? 50. This was actually 50. I said, you gonna give him 50? He said, I was gonna give you 50, but now it's him.
I'm gonna pass it down.
He said, I'm gonna give him 50 then. I was like, damn. So I come to the arena, and I said, Anthony, let me just give you some advice on playing MJ. I said, first of all, don't be all physical like you always trying to be and rough with a guy because he gonna take that personal. I said, give him space, make him shoot jump shots all night. I said, he already said he's getting 50. Yeah, I got him, B. I said, oh, okay. So every time MJ scored, he looked over at the bench at me because I was just sitting there like this. Right? He had 54. And missed a wide open dunk. You know, had a breakaway dunk.
Bam, missed that. That was the one that went all the way back to half court. Yeah, I remember that game.
54, and he did it like it wasn't nothing. Looked at me every time I said.
Nasty.
The dude was a man playing against boys damn near. I mean, he was one of those guys, you know, I didn't fear anybody, but when I played against him, I said, I ain't pissing him off.
Jordan from 3 to tie it. He does! Timeout called by the Knicks with 19 and 4/10 seconds remaining. Michael Jordan has done it again.
By 1996, it was common knowledge that you shouldn't heckle MJ, but Spike Lee quickly learned that even the smallest fan gesture could get him fired up.
I never said to Michael Jordan.
What he tell you when where is it, in United Center?
What?
Where he's like, sit your ass down.
Yeah. I'd be like, yes, I'm complaining. Spike, sit your black ass down. Okay, Mike. Spike. No, his favorite word.
Yeah.
You know, mother, sit your ass down. Okay, Mike. I know. I know him start. I didn't say a motherfucking thing to Mike ever.
Once I'm in a game, once the ball goes up, I never even hear the fans. You get to a free throw line and you have a pause and I see Spike over there. Hey, sit down. You're not playing. You know, those types of scenarios happen quite often, right? But in the mix of the game, when tension is always happening, that's when, you know, I get tunnel vision, right? What they're doing is trying to distract you. I take it as a challenge. You know what? I'm gonna keep you quiet for a while. I'm gonna show how all that stuff that you're saying doesn't affect what I'm doing on the basketball court. The only way you can affect what I'm doing is to put on some shorts and come out here, right? But that's my mentality. That's, you know, and as a leader, I got to make sure the team, Scottie Pippen and all these guys, don't fall prey to that. So the challenge was, let's see if I can turn that guy over there in the 5th row. Instead of calling me names, he started cheering Michael Jordan.
Tiki, you were talking about when Jordan used to befriend you and then cut your throat, right?
Yeah, you got to be careful. It used to be a thing where it was called befriending. You knew someone looked up to you, and you was like, man, Paul, man, you having a great year, man. Keep going, young fella. They come off the pick. Hit your ass. No, listen, bro. I don't even know what was going on, but we was having an exchange. And I was feeling gratified in the moment coming off the pick after that.
Right.
Or you get to a point where, you let your guard down. You know, Mike, come out to you, man. Mike be like, hey, man, you working hard, young fella. Give you a hug. He like,
he done softened
you kind of like,
he done got you all softened up, and then
You out here looking weak, like, oh, that's Mike. Okay, then you relax.
Free throw line.
He got you relaxed.
Right. Am I lying? Listen.
Mike's my friend.
Mike's, and then after
Mike
he'll
cool.
send some shoes over. You be like, man, dude, with me, but you look up, Lord had 45 on your ass. You like,
no, he gonna hit you. He gonna go under the court, come off the screen, hit you with a sharp one.
Straight up.
Michael Jordan with a fall away. Oh, what a shot by Michael Jordan.
In his final run with the Bulls, MJ faced a nearly even challenger in Reggie Miller. It was a fierce battle, but no matter the adjustment, Reggie could not solve him.
One thing I wish, or regret, and people will say, I wish I would have had more than one series versus that dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I would have won. We would have won. Probably not. But you're judged by
those big wins.
I won a few battles. He always won the wars. There was no weaknesses. You try to force him left, you try to force him right, you try to top lock him, you try to hold, you try to be physical with him. It was like, and maybe this is how centers feel when they were going against Shaq. He was Shaq of shooting guard. He was just too strong. And then he had a 48-inch vertical. So you were never blocking his shot. He held the ball like it was like an orange. So he's taunting you, holding the ball on your face, the tongue is all out, and chewing the gum and all that. And then he come down, and the black eyes are looking at you, and I'm looking right back at him. Yeah, I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's looking at you, and man, no weaknesses.
When he got to learn how to put it back to the basket and get in that post, that's when he got.
And then
it got crazy.
He would do the Elijah one.
Yeah, he get that.
He get that.
Shimmy,
So
shake it on you.
he gets you leaning.
Jordan with the step.
Didn't I read somewhere where they said he lost a step and couldn't jump quite as high? Well, we may have to play this again.
Was people still fearing MJ, or they were still fearing MJ at that point?
Yes.
That is
Don't even
crazy.
finish your question. Yes.
Yeah, that is crazy.
No, because you got to realize what time it was. The young dudes in the league that were coming into the league grew up watching MJ. Like MJ would be at the jump ball and he could sense it. Like he'd be like our point guard was like Chris Whitney. Like, yo, see Whit. Let me get it early tonight. Young fellas and all. Like you'll see certain guys, they looking at it. He and all. I got him. But because he'll see young fella looking at the shoes, the leg brace, like looking them up and down. Like he could tell like certain dudes want smoke. Yeah.
And then there's certain dudes that's looking around like, oh my God, it's MJ. And MJ's cold-blooded. If you're looking at him like that, he can sense it, and he's gonna try to take your heart out.
When he was in Washington, I got my first career start was against Washington. I come in the locker room, I see my name. I'm like, oh, I'm starting. Like, my first career start. We playing against the Wizards. And I'm seeing my matchup is Mike. I'm like, oh, I'm guarding Mike. Oh, it's on. Like, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's on. It's about to go on. First play of the game is for me. It's ran for me. I catch the ball. I see Mike. I'm like, oh, yeah. Trying to make a move. Mike steal the ball, go down. Boom, score a point, right? Next play, I'm guarding him in the post. They got this young-ass rookie on me? Oh, hell no. It's about to be a long night for you, young buck. It's about to be a long night. Long story short, Mike had 32 that night.
It was a long night. It was a long night.
It was a long night. And he talked to me the whole night. And I just, that was like, man, I didn't know what to do because one, I didn't idolize Jordan, but I watched him and I respected how great he was. And then two, it was just like, damn, this man is at 38 doing this to me, man. How am I gonna survive in this league? He's 38 and he's controlling me. Like he dominated me. So that was just.
Why are you doing it?
I'm a kid. I'm a little kid, bro. I'm 20 years old. This man 18 years older than me and he's punking me on court and there's nothing I could do about it.